This is my boy right here. Zaraki Kenpachi. Dude, the only bad thing about revealing this character right now is that all my mains are here. Or all the characters that I care about. They've revealed them. Release the game. Pack it up. You know, the rest is filler. I don't care, bro. Byakuya, Hitsugaya, Kenpachi. That's it. That's all I need. Alright. Try to cut me. Yes. 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 Show off that iron body. Be like, yeah. Try and slice me, baby. That's exactly the kind of gimmick I was looking for. We're gonna read all of this. Don't worry if you're new here. We go for the vibes first. Let it play in real time. Of course, we needed to get the Japanese dub for this one. But then we stop and read and like figure out what exactly he does. What's that counter all about? Is he building up damage somehow? But he looks exactly as I imagined him. He's got Kenpo. Oh, whoa. Kenpo, Kendo? Which one is it? So that's important. That's important because that's, I believe, a Hueco Mundo ability. Or not ability. I guess like he always knew how to do it, but that's a Hueco Mundo moment. And there are some theories as to like what the character reveal order is like, and if they have moves from Hueco Mundo that they don't reveal them for a while. That's a Hueco Mundo move right there. But let's break him down. Let's see what's going on. Is this main potential? First of all, his auto attacks have a running flurry, assuming those are his flash attacks at least, but that looks like a normal button, and it just runs forward while attacking. That's usually very powerful, so we're off to a good start. Signature move, try to cut me. While input is held, Kenpachi holds his arms outstretched in a stance and attacks when the input is released. The power of the released attack increases according to the amount of damage Kenpachi receives while in this stance. So he takes damage, okay? It's not like, oh, it's free, you know? His health is gonna be depleting, but then he lets go of the button and zwomp. I'm guessing the damage you took was bigger than the damage you dealt. Personally, I wouldn't attack him if he's got his arms out like that. You know, just looks like a bad idea overall. Spiritual pressure move 1, chop you up. A large down swinging slash. The attack can hit an opponent at a distance as Kenpachi takes a large step forward during the attack. Okay, that's a step forward, but like, it's not that large. Like, that's a mid-range at best. When you say you can hit an opponent at a distance, I expect it to be bigger than that. Don't take me wrong, this is good, but like, yeah, mid-distance, okay? Don't set my expectations too high and then show me this. Spiritual pressure move 2, nothing I can't cut. Kenpachi charges and slashes his opponent. If it hits, Kenpachi follows up with a flurry of attacks. Holding down the input will add the effect of breaking an opponent's guard. Ooh, we have our first guard breaking spiritual pressure move. Guards in general seem very easy to break, so I don't know how valuable this is. But this move has quite a bit of startup. Like he's showing the sword around and then he slashes. Like the slash is pretty fast, but it has a bit of a startup when you press the button. And then the downward slash, I believe, is the actual follow-up. And I guess the startup animation could be longer if you hold down the input, but it breaks guards. We'll see. All right, his awakening. What's up? He takes off the eye patch. And Kenpachi is able to fight with all of his strength, increasing his attack power and reishi even when attacking head-on. What? What does that mean? Aren't you always increasing your reishi when attacking head-on? There was a battle tips thing on Steam that said you use light attacks if you want to build reishi, and then you use flash attacks, which are like the medium attacks, if you want to deal damage. So maybe you can do flash attacks and still build reishi if you are in Awakening. Maybe that's his power. I'm not sure what this does. Kenpachi's Kikon move also becomes stronger. Isn't that just true for all Kikon moves while in Awakening? Or is it stronger than most Awakenings? Is that what you're saying? Like, does it do like a +2 instead of just a +1? We need to watch Kenpachi gameplay to understand this character. Because this description just says, yeah, he does normal things. Overwhelming offensive power with extreme resilience. That's kind of what I expected. I'm gonna be honest, this is my #1 favorite character. Moveset wise, this was not my favorite showcase. I like it, maybe good enough for me to try him out. I like the gimmick a lot, but his awakening seems like super underwhelming. I don't know. But hey, my 3 favorite captains, they all seem to have a solid moveset, something fun at the very least. So I'm happy. I'm happy. And I hope that you guys are also happy when your favorites get revealed. Again, we're here every week breaking down these character reveals every single Monday. And if you got thoughts or theories, leave a comment down below because I always pick 3 to 4 comments to read and see where you guys are at. Like this one. You know, you're kind of right. This game has been so fun to watch get revealed that it's actually made me go watch the series just so I could get hyped for the character reveals. Currently on Soul Society arc, and so far Renji and Kisuke are my favorite characters. I hope you've made it to Kenpachi, bro, because that's a moment for sure. Also, Kisuke is also one of my favorites. The other character you mentioned, not sure who that is. Renji? Doesn't ring a bell. Please, more character-specific gimmicks, especially if the roster's huge, and Bleach deserves to have a huge roster. This was obviously coming from the Hitsugaya trailer. He has his own resource bar that builds up over time and buffs his ice moves. And it's always awesome to see when developers are willing to go far enough with unique character gimmicks that they are even creating brand new resources, brand new systems for a specific character. We saw a little bit of this with Byakuya. He has a little element on his HUD. That's for him switching between his Shikai mode and sword mode, basically. So we had already seen a little bit like that, but nothing like an extra bar. So yeah, the Hitsugaya trailer definitely made me very excited as well. And I mean, I'm about to say something that might sound disrespectful to Sparking Zero, but it really isn't. I'm super excited for Sparking Zero. It's just different philosophical, strategic approaches. But it's a lot easier to make a big roster when all the characters have some sort of copy-paste in their movesets. And Sparking Zero has a lot of copy-paste. Characters are unique, but you can see a lot of similarities between them. When characters play completely different from each other, I think rosters are much more impressive. Even if the number is smaller than something like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, just having unique gameplay on each character, I think adds longevity to the game. Because it doesn't feel like if you've played one character, you've played them all. It's more like a fighting game in that way. Learning a character is its own journey and it comes with its own rewards. Other than Byakuya, it seems most characters are being revealed when they show off most of their abilities in the story. Momo might be next, but I feel others like Ikaku, Yumichika, Kira, and Hisagi might not be revealed until the Arrancar arc. That's when they have their biggest fights after all. So Kenpachi has a big fight in the Arrancar arc. Maybe you could argue that the biggest fight he had was with Ichigo in Soul Society. That said, we just saw it at the end. He holds the sword with both of his hands. And you know what that means if you've watched Bleach. I'm not going to spoil it because that other comment is still on Soul Society. But that is a moment from Hueco Mundo. I think you're partially right here for characters like Ikaku maybe. Like, that's a character that would probably make it to the game with his Bankai. So they might wait for the moment where we reach that in the trailers. But I think they're also very good at throwing us some curveballs here and there. The more we see this game, the more Guilty Gear Strive I can see oozing out of it. The intros, the reverse action basically being Roman cancel, the stage transitions, the character-specific meters, ranking the characters by stars, and even some of the music. Even the Now or Never blowback attack reminds me a lot of the Charged Dust follow-up. It's so nice to see. I had thought about some of these, but you're bringing up a lot more than I thought of. Okay, first of all, the intros. We have the mankind knew that they could not change society, and there's an eagle flying, and like with Bleach, it also starts with like a drone shot over the stage, and then sees the characters from a distance. You might be cooking here. Reverse action being basically Roman cancel. I think I called this like ages ago. Yellow reverse action is basically red Roman cancel. It extends a combo. And blue reverse action is more of a burst. So like a combo breaker than a Roman cancel technique. But yes, you're right. Stage transitions. We saw one stage transition in Bleach. I think we see them a lot more in Strive. Okay, this one's a stretch. Simply because there are way too many anime games with stage transitions to go, oh, Guilty Gear Strive immediately, okay. Character-specific meters, lots of games have this too, but yeah, sure, I can see it. Ranking characters by stars, again, not something super out of the ordinary. Like ranking them by difficulty is how Guilty Gear Strive does it. I'm not sure what they do here. What are the stars in Bleach? Does anyone know? By the way, I don't have the footage in front of me. If my editor is showing you the footage and it says so right on the screen, I can't see it, okay? And the Now or Never blowback reminds me of a lot of the Charged Dust follow-up. This one, you're totally right. Kind of a slower attack that blows the opponent away and gives you enough time to like dash towards them and hit them with a follow-up. It's totally what it is. This is the Guilty Gear of anime games. I like that a lot. But that's gonna do it for today. But if you guys missed last week's character, it was another one of my favorites, Hitsugaya. You can watch him right here. He was so incredible. Thank you for watching. Bye.